Now to this morning's health check. While most of us always feel better after a full night's sleep, did you realize that sleep problems can pose serious health threats? Sleep disorders are linked to a greater risk of heart disease or heart attack, actually stroke, irregular heartbeat, and heart failure. Wow, those are serious there. Here with tips for a better night's sleep is ear, nose, and throat doctor, Dr. James Ludwick. Thank you so much for joining us, Doc.
Good morning.
Good morning. And certainly for those of us who work, the morning shift or the overnight shift, it is really tough to get, a full night's rest sometimes, but you should at least try.
Yeah, definitely. Well, it's interesting. We spend 25 to 30% of our night sleeping, but most people don't really give it much thought. A lot of people do take it for granted, but there are a lot of people who have a hard time either falling asleep or staying asleep. And there's a difference. If you're having a hard time falling asleep, that's not the same problem as, having a hard time staying asleep.
And we talked a little bit, we touched on them a little bit, but there are health risks involved here.
Oh, definitely. Most of them are cognitive problems, with memory and mood and concentration. But even recently there was a report that sleep apnea causes lower testosterone levels, and a lot of men are looking for being treated for low testosterone for a cause of their fatigue. But instead of treating the end result of that problem, which is giving someone testosterone replacement, it'd be better to find the cause of the low testosterone, which in that case may be sleep apnea.
And there are certain things that we should not do before we go to bed. I know that caffeine, we should be aware of that, right?
Yeah, we're a society that really medicates our sleep deprivation, and we don't really realize how much caffeine affects our ability not only to fall asleep, but actually stay asleep. Really does lighten up your quality of sleep. So you have a lot more arousals and sleep fragmentation. And so people, have a bad night's rest, and so then they go get more coffee, so then they can be more awake, but then they have another bad night's rest, and around they go, promoting, self-promoting that cycle.
And what about the meals we eat? Obviously it's bad to eat a full meal, have it heavy on your stomach, and then go to sleep.
Well, you don't want to go to sleep hungry. That's not going to help you fall asleep either. But sure, like a light carbohydrate snack is good before bedtime. But I think the biggest problem is to make sure that there isn't, if you're having a problem staying asleep, then a lot of times there's something causing you to wake up. We don't just wake up for no reason. And for example, a lot of my patients will say they wake up to go to the bathroom 2 or 3 or 4 times a night, and that's certainly not normal. And there's a reason they're waking up. A lot of times that's due to sleep disorder, breathing, or leg movement disorders.
Wow.
So yeah, it's figuring out what's keeping you from having a good night's rest and quality sleep is important just as much as figuring out how to fall asleep.
And in the last few seconds we have, what about exercise?
Well, it's good. I think that's another problem is we don't exercise enough. A good exercise routine is really good for helping us get good quality sleep.
Okay. And you had a very special Mother's Day.
Oh, I did, yes. This is my wife's first Mother's Day, so I want to say happy Mother's Day to my wife, Tammy, and from my baby, Tess.
You spent a lot of quality time with the baby this morning,
Yeah,
too.
I did. I was up early.
Happy Mother's Day, too. He was up early. Did you get sleep? I hope so. All right.